Okay, so the quick thing that I like to address is, in a way, is in Buddhism that we can use the Buddha's teaching to help us to address our childhood trauma or trauma in general, and that we can heal from it, because if you don't address any of these issues, if you can still go to chanting and meditate, but the problem is your mind is out of control. Your mind is restless. So you can go to the temple every day, but you are not going to make much progress. Because for anyone, even if you don't have childhood trauma, even if you have stress at home or at work, right? That can be traumatic. So the first step so you can actually use the Buddha's teaching to help you to address all these issues. So let's say, actually last Thursday I went to my doctor. The nurse asked me at least 10 questions. Did your parents hit you? Did they yell at you? Were you abused sexually? Did you witness your parents argue? That is domestic violence. Or did your parents divorced? Did any of your parents drink or take drugs? Did any of your parents get into prison? Or were you neglect or abandonment? Neglect here means that your parents, sent you to daycare, and then when you get home, they give you a phone or something or TV to watch. That is neglect. That is trauma, because the kid will grow up thinking that they are not loved. When they are not loved, guess what? When they get older, they will go to gang and other friends, because he feels connected with them. And he also feels empowered when he or she is told to attack people. Because at home, he has no love. He gets yelled at all the time, this and that, and that's, in a way, that's trauma. So then if the person did not address any of this issue, then as a teenager, as this person become an adult, then he or she will have different symptoms, right? Such as depression, anxiety, anger, alcohol, drug abuse, or eating disorder. That's the behavior risk. And then long-term consequences, this person may have psychosis or schizophrenia or depression or terminal illness, cancer, because I have seen them. So my point is that for anyone, you don't even have to be Buddhist to learn the Buddha's teaching and learn meditation to help you address these issues. And you can actually use the Buddha's teaching to counsel yourself. The problem with the Asian population is it's a taboo subject or topic to go see a therapist, which is wrong, because only 6 or 7% of Asians would go to see a therapist. So, but let's say you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. What you need to do is think back into your past and say, okay, did my dad hit me or my mom? Did they yell at me? Or was I molested by cousins or uncles? Did my parents argue in front of me? Did my parents drink or use drugs? Did they neglect me? These are different forms of trauma. So when you think back, then write it down, and that's how you address it. That's how you process it. That's one thing. And then you can do it once you recognize that. Actually, the first step is acceptance, right? Accept it that it happened to you, just so that you can move on. Otherwise, your mind gets stuck in the past, asking why. So then once you get that, then forgive them. You don't have to wait for them to say, I'm sorry. You say to yourself, I forgive you for all that you did to me. That way, your mind is calm, so that you can focus on your spirituality. you also, if you did anything wrong, then you also need to apologize. If that person does not accept it, that's fine. But you said to yourself, I'm sorry for what I did. The other thing is you also need to forgive yourself, because we all make mistakes. That's why in Buddhism, we have, especially in Mahayana, we have this thing called repentance practice. Repentance helps you to confront, to be face to face with what you did. And then, what that will do is that it can prevent you from making the same mistake. That's what repentance is. So acceptance, forgive them, and then practice loving kindness, practice compassion, so that you can be kind to yourself. You can be kind to everyone. And that's what, and then, also learn equanimity. Equanimity doesn't mean that you ignore them. You let go of what you cannot control, because we cannot control anyone. All the therapists in America, in the West, say, don't ever try to change anyone or control anyone. It's not your job. Your job is you. So even for me, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to share with you what I have learned and also what the Buddha has taught. And in that way, you can address whatever and process whatever trauma that you had or issues. And then from there, you will make progress. And basically, all of you can become enlightened in this lifetime. Don't think that you cannot. So that, in short, that's what I would like to say. Thank you.